What is up, YouTube? Zan Rahman. Today is a slightly different video. All right, I want to review the recently concluded 2021 Ifbb Chicago Pro Bodybuilding Show. And for those who may not know, I've been following bodybuilding for some time and have developed a passion for it. And I follow the sport closely and the athletes and the shows. Okay, so I just wanted to try something new out and do a review for this show, which was a tremendous show. A lot of top athletes competing, and I'm shit. Okay, they are all some of the top athletes in the world. So even though I might sound critical, I'm just bringing it to you from a fan's perspective with an analytical point of view and also somewhat critical. Okay, so I'm not shitting on anyone. My only intention is to review the show and bring bodybuilding to more people. Okay, so the pictures I'll be using on this video are from Sulios on Instagram, so go ahead and follow him if you want. Okay, a lot of top content, latest pictures before they appear anywhere else. So if you want to keep a close eye on bodybuilding, you can surely follow on Instagram. Okay, so let's get into it. I'll primarily review the men's open bodybuilding top six. Okay, so the front runner going into the show was Roly Winkler. Okay, of course, because he's been a top five, top three Olympian before, and overall his physique and muscularity is just on a different level. Okay, but he could only manage fifth place in this show. Okay, that's how good the other guys were, and Roly, I think he was definitely not on his 100%. I think he was more like 70, 75%. He looked way downsized. Okay, his legs, they just didn't seem to have the size on them, which I've seen in his pictures from earlier shows, earlier seasons. Okay, and his overall package, his conditioning and fullness, I just don't think it was 100% spot on. And the guys who plays ahead of him surely brought in better packages and deserved to finish where they did. Okay, so the show was won, of course, by Hunter Labrada, number eight in the Olympia last year, and of course the son of IFBB Hall of Famer Lee Labrada. Okay, he had been looking tremendous going into the show. I think he was in shape all along. He seemed to be stage ready like 4 weeks out, and of course he never really gets to a point where his body fat percentage is too high. Okay, I think he remains around 8 to 10% body fat even in his off season. So that can go a long way into determining how good and easygoing your prep for the show is going to be. Okay, because if you eat so much in a surplus that you get to a body fat level you don't want to be at, then you have to diet as hard to get to stage shape, stage leanness, and then when you're on pretty low calories, it can affect your strength and your workouts and the appearance of fullness on your muscle. Okay, so it's not really quite the same package. So I think he did a great job. Of course, he has a great team that works with him and supports him and his family, of course. So he brought a great package to the show, as is evident, and deserved his first place, I think. Okay, in second place was probably the surprise package of the night. People are rightly calling him an overnight sensation, Brett Wilkin. Okay, I mean, he looked incredible. He's come up from classic physique to 212 bodybuilding, and now he's an open class bodybuilder. This was his first show as an open class bodybuilder, and he looked absolutely amazing. His package was spot on. I think he went toe to toe with Hunter in most of the poses. Okay, and Hunter overall, I think he just has a little more completeness to his physique in terms of the proportions of all the different muscles on the body. and he has a little more detail in his physique. I think his condition was a little bit better. So some of those parameters, I think Hunter took a little more points from Brett, and that is why he finished ahead of him. But kudos to Brett. Okay, he looked absolutely amazing, and his this was his first show, and in such a stacked lineup, I think he overdid himself in finishing second. I think he'll keep rolling and do more shows in the season, and I would certainly like to see him on the Olympia stage because at the moment he does look that good. Okay, Brett Wilkin second place. In third we had Max Charles. Okay, someone who I was waiting to appear this season because he did a number of shows last season which qualified him for the Olympia, and this was his first show this season. Okay, and a lot of Max Charles fans believe he should have won, and I see their point because Max has some outstanding body parts like the width of his shoulders, his upper back, and the muscularity in his upper body overall, and he has a tight midsection, great abs. Okay, so I'm sure his fans would have liked to see him take the top spot, but I think he rightfully placed third, and that was a great performance. I think he had made some significant improvements to his physique. He was lacking a little size in his legs last season, so his legs have come up certainly, and are now matching better with his upper body, which is what bodybuilding is all about. Okay, your different body parts, they all have to be in the same proportion. It's not like you can have one body part that is more dominant as compared to the others, and you have some lagging body parts. Okay, but I think where Max lost to Hunter and Brett was the conditioning in his lower body. Okay, because you can have outstanding body parts, but it's the overall package that wins the show, and everything needs to be spot on in a show like this, which was so close. I think, I mean, Hunter and Brett were 100% on point, which is why I think it made it difficult for Max to beat them because the conditioning in his lower body was not the same as that in his upper body, and that's just my opinion. Of course, he looked amazing, and particularly if you look at this shot, the conditioning in his glutes and hamstrings, like Hunter's and Brett's glutes and hamstrings, they look way more conditioned, way leaner, way drier, more ripped. Okay, and I think that is what got Max's third place behind Hunter and Brett. Okay, in fourth place we had Muhammad Shaban, another tremendous bodybuilder who's come up and surprised a lot of people this season. But I think he's done a number of shows, and that is catching up to him a bit because bodybuilding is a sport of extremes. Okay, you have to dehydrate yourself, deplete your glycogen carb stores, and take your carbs very low, your calories very low, and then you need to carb up and water load, and there's a lot of different things that go into it, which are extremes for the human body. So doing a number of shows one after the other, it can take a toll on you, and your body can start to get tired. So I think the guys who finished in the top three, they had a much fresher look to their physiques, to their package, because of course it was their first show this season, and like I said, the consecutive shows that Shaban has done, I think it's starting to catch up to him a bit, and it affected his overall package a little bit. But he still looked great, of course, and he's a great bodybuilder, and I think he has a great future in the sport. And he's just starting to come up, so he's way behind his genetic potential. Okay, so I would like to see him do great in bodybuilding, and I hope he gets enough points to qualify for the Olympia, because I think he has a physique that is good enough to be on that stage. All right, so Muhammad Shaban, he was in fourth place. On another day, he might have challenged Hunter and Brett, but unfortunately, that was not it. Fifth was Rolly, of course, who would be doing the Tampa Pro now, and he'll also be doing the Arnold Classics. So it will be exciting to see what kind of packages he brings to those shows, and whether we can see some of his former crazy size and dominance back on stage. Okay. Six was Hassan Mustafa. Okay, he's freaky, crazy. He's a mass monster. Okay, like Shaban, he's done a number of shows this season. I think he's almost done every show that there has been this season. And in the previous shows, there was a issue with the conditioning of his hamstrings and glutes, which were along with his lower body not as conditioned as his upper body. And I think, like Shaban, he's starting to tire out a little bit, okay, because he goes on very low calories for being such a big guy. So, I mean, with every show, his fans hopes it's going to happen for him, but unfortunately, this show was too close, and the top three guys were too damn good. Okay, so Hassan Mustafa, sixth place, but I think he has a lot of points. I think he's the leader in the points table in terms of who qualifies on points. Okay, so I think he should have enough points by the end of the season to qualify for the Olympia. So anyway, that was the top six. Great, exciting show. All right, Hunter, of course, taking the win. Brett looking great. I think he beat everyone in the back double bicep shot. Hunter's back is, of course, a weaker body part for him. And I think Brett beats everyone in that shot. I think that was a great shot for him. So that was it for the men's open bodybuilding top six. And I just want to mention two athletes here who won their divisions respectively. The 212 bodybuilding won by Keone Pearson, and bikini by Lauralie Chapados, because I follow these athletes and they're great and I know what they're about and what they do. So just want to give them a mention here. Not comparing Keone to the other guys in his class. All right, his physique, he just looks statuesque. He won the same show last year and didn't do the Olympia because of his mental health, and there's not really a lot that he needed to add to this physique. I believe he has added 3 or 4 pounds to it, and it's just incredible the way he looks, his structure, muscle bellies, and the conditioning that he brings, his posing. So I'm sure the judges made the right call in awarding him the win and qualifying him for the 2021 Olympia, which he says he would be doing. So that's pretty exciting. He would be pushing the 212 guys like champion Sean Clarida and the other great guys. And I think he'll make a great contender for the top three in the 212 at the Olympia. And Lauralie, of course, top five Olympian. I think she looked fantastic, on point, 100%. And I think she's way taller than the other competitors, so that works in her favor. But apart from that, her conditioning was absolutely on point. Okay, there are some ladies in the picture who look more conditioned than her, leaner than her, but that's not what the bikini really is about. It's about having the right balance between being fairly lean and your muscle bellies having a round look to them. Okay, that's what bikini is, and even though all the other athletes are great athletes, I think Lauralie nailed it. I mean, when there's a top five Olympian in the lineup, it's a whole different equation, and she was pretty much the Roly Winkler of bikini going into the show, and she didn't disappoint, blew the other contenders out of the water, won her class, and she will be going to the 2021 Olympia as well, which is pretty exciting. So that will do for my wrap up of the 2021 Ifbb Chicago Pro Show. So I hope you got some good idea about bodybuilding from this video, and let me know if you want me to do more reviews of upcoming shows, and I'll be happy to do them. And for those who want to catch up with what happened, I hope you got a good wrap up. So let me know what you thought in the comments. If you like the video, like it and share it. Subscribe to my channel. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time.